Good day, fine people. A very warm welcome to you. It's Nick here. We're on the Commodore Amiga. I'm looking at a football management game, and already I'm a little bit scared because I've never heard of it. It's World Soccer, published by Zeppelin Games in 1999. We've got a manager team, I will select them in a moment here, to try and win the league and win the Champions League and win absolutely everything. Select YL team. That's gone wrong already. So I think this is a low-budget, no-frills football game, and let's see how we get on here. Juventus, they're good. They play in black and white stripes. If you're wearing a Juventus top, don't lay on the road because people might think you're a zebra crossing. If you're doing that, then comment in the comment section below. So rank, here we go. So that's basically how our football team is doing financially. We've got a bank balance of 20,000. So that means we're almost bankrupt by today's standards. Weekly wages 5,900. Let's check on all these. Do we want to watch match highlights? Not at the moment. There we go. Medic. No one's injured at the moment. So you see there's all different options here. It doesn't seem as involved as Championship Manager by Domark in 1993, which absorbed a lot of my time. The same year, I recommend strengthening your defence. Okay, let's buy some players then. In Player Manager, that's one I played the most as well, by Anko the same year in 1990. You actually played the games either as an individual member or the whole team, so it just made you want to select the fastest players. This one's got a basic interface. The graphics aren't overly brilliant, but acceptable for the time. There's our team there. We can sell different players to generate more money, so we can buy stuff there. So we've got a fairly... they don't look very Italian, do they? M. O'Donnell, T. Norman. So they're not accurate player names by any means. Looks like they're British players playing all for Juventus. Don't know why. Can't click on them to get individual stuff like you can do in Anko. So the database is quite small. I will sell that player there for a bit of money. So I'm not sure how involved this is. There will be a database or spreadsheet going on behind all these graphics to see what goes on. But it's how well you do, really, how well you play. Can't see anything to select what formation you want, so it's quite weak there. So no sound at the moment. So better management games were available. Player Manager 90, Championship Manager 1993, probably Tracksuit Manager as well. But this seems to be doing the bare minimum. If you want to jump in, there's our next opponent, Newcastle, if you want to jump in and play. So let's see how they represent the game. You might pick up there. Championship Manager had commentary. Oh, we're already at half-time. 1-0. Newcastle playing black and white stripes as well. 3-0. That was pretty rubbish. Well, that's pretty uninspiring. Maybe we need to turn the match highlights on. Maybe that's something we need to do. Maybe that gives us a little bit of commentary. So this isn't expert gameplay or a walkthrough. You see how you got on your first or second go, getting to grips with the whole mechanism. More in particular if you've been given a copy of it in the playground or at school somewhere, and seeing how you get on with the thing. So it looks like there's a little bit there to learn. Let's put the match highlights on this time. See if it comes to life at least a little bit. See if it stands out from the crowd. You can scout players. Defence poor, midfield poor, attack poor. So obviously you need to strengthen those as you go up. I think it's unlimited seasons. Is that player any good? Who knows? So just learning about the mechanic. Now, if you played lots and lots of seasons on this, then well done you. Comment in the comment section below. But I don't think a great number of kids would have persevered with it, with the amount of games available regarding football and that dreaded X-copy thing that you might have heard of, where, yes, let's say no more about it. Let's go. We're playing Socho. Right, we've got match highlights on now. Let's hopefully something good happens. Right, Socho. Right, there's the timer there. It's stopped on 11. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh, excellent. It's come to life all of a sudden. Yay, I love that. I love the highlights. That's some of the best highlights I've seen. Right, come on. Oh yeah, now, it's worth... Yes, I like this. I wonder how many variations there are of this. It's worth playing this game just for the highlights, first of all. That's pretty special. Boof. Save it, you Wally. Oh, he did save it. It hasn't got the up-to-date score, though, on there. There. A corner, header. Hit it, big nose, and it's in. Go! Okay, so this bit's good. I'm not sure how old it's going to get quite quickly there, if that's the same bits all the time. But that's enough, then, to lift it beyond just being drab. Right, Juventus 2, Socho 1. So we've got a good chance here. Shall I do some substitutions? Well, we're doing all right so far. The one thing about this is you can't seem to select your formation, which is normal football. If there's a way of doing this and I just haven't got it, then comment in the comment section below. What do I need to click on to do that? You can't seem to give players individual instructions like go in hard, like Championship Manager had, or play a passing style or long ball style. You're just stuck with the players that you've got there, wherever position you put them in this rigid thing. Right. It doesn't look like it represents the football strips very well. It's just red versus yellow in the highlights, so that's not going to change a great deal. So now I'm just seeing floors again. I don't know if that's scoring or us scoring. So Chua attacking, so Chua scored again. Maybe we need to do a substitution, but I'd like to go in more attacking now, or more defensive when we're winning. But we've got that option, as far as I can see, is not there. Yes. Football, it's a funny old game. It's a certainly funny old game. Put your favourite management game below. It might be Player Manager by Anko. It might be Player Manager 2. It didn't get as much, sales as the first one. Or it might be Championship Manager by Domark, or all its, there's Championship Manager 93, 94, Italia. There's even an editor for that one here. So, in theory, this would have been a great game to get as a cover disc at the end of the Commodore Amiga's run. I don't think I'd like to have spent any serious money for it, all the other options are available. But it looks pretty. It's got blue backgrounds there. They don't change a great deal. I just want a few more options, and I want it to be a bit more. I would love the control system to be a bit more intuitive. But apart from that, it's got the basis of stuff. They haven't just knocked this up within a day. It's a little bit lackluster compared with what the competition was at the time. World Soccer. I never heard of it before. Something that might have been in the bargain bin as you walk through. But yeah, if you could got it for £5, it might be good. £10's a bit steep, even for Amiga games. Yes, this is our first team. I was trying to click on stuff there, but didn't seem to be able to. I think I'll just run through. So the best bit in this game is the animated highlights, really. That's the only thing that brings it to life. I won't play it without the highlights on, but I think that might be limited animation as well. There won't be a great deal that's happening. Don't get me wrong, I don't think you could have the Amiga and its power. I don't think you could have a vast amount of stuff that would go on, but here it looks like maybe 3 or 4 different animations. Not enough. Okay, but Championship Manager didn't have any animations, it just had commentary, but there was a lot of commentary there, and the kids' imagination would always add more than what was going on in the game. Now I'm trying to swap people around. I'm not sure I'm doing much of a job there, trying to get involved, but I think I'm a bit of a passenger in this. So anyway, so on to the next game. Let's see what highlights we can do. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It's all about seeing these games, a bit of nostalgia, but more importantly, stress busting through gaming there, seeing the ones you had, the ones you didn't have, and raising a bit of discussion as well. We're just having a laugh, really, as the kids playing the game for the first time. Or if you've got knowledge of before, you can tell me, really. But we've reviewed quite a lot of Amiga games over the years. They're in a playlist. There's a link to those in the description below if you want to click on that and go through them. My style has changed throughout the years, gradually. I suppose that's improvement or confidence. So thank you to the members as well, keeping this thing going. It's all a bit of fun, really, but I wish we could get a greater audience, but that's the way things go on the internet. Who knows what the algorithm does? I've never been that favoured by the algorithm, and after a while you could suspect paranoia is settling in when someone just puts up a picture of a toadstool and gets more views than you do in the course of an afternoon than you have done over 5 years. But there we go, that's the unfairness of the game. You can't get bitter, or you turn into the Joker from Batman and run around Gotham City doing hideous crimes. I'm not quite at that stage yet, but give it a couple of weeks. Hooray! Boom, 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 boom. Yes. The Joker has blown up my house. Boom. Right, Juventus versus Lille. Lille in front. Buff. Attacking Juventus. Go. It's in. We've scored a goal, but we don't know who scored it. There's no way of knowing who scored it. That's what I'd like stats. I'd like to know who scored that. And there's some boys there. They're always red versus yellow. We've hit the bar. That's what I need to do now. Get a drink. Pint of Baileys, please. Oh goodness. Right. Yeah, we need an up-to-date score running through. That's a big flaw there, because we need to make decisions, and we can't make decisions if we don't know what the score is, unless you're keeping a tally. Juventus 4, Lille 3. So the team isn't doing too bad going on here as a first, play. There's probably other things I could do to put different players in. But, what's there is sort of okay without being spectacular. We're 6th in the league, 3 games, 2 wins and 1 loss. We're not doing too bad there. Looks like it's a mixture of teams. Bayern Munich were there. It's a World Soccer League. Don't know why the players aren't Italian. If I'm Juventus, they should be. But it looks like the database just bungs in British players there, regardless of what team you have. So, there's a few flaws. We do one last game. Zaragoza. They're from Spain. Let's see if we get a few more animations, then we'll get out of here. But I think you've seen enough. Even in this short review, you've probably seen all the animations the game actually has to offer. So basically, low budget football management game, does the basics, lacks a few options there, there's no frills there. I don't feel fully in control of the thing. I feel there's a bit of randomness there. You can't really get lost in it as much as Championship Manager, which came out a few years later. You can't get involved in the actual physical games as much as Player Manager and Co. But it's the basis. It's not terrible, but it's not spectacular. And in terms of the amount of games you've got to choose available from a retro standpoint, there's no real reason to go back to this again. But in 1990, would you just about be able to get away with it, although you wouldn't have showed off with the game if kids come round. So it might have been a guilty pleasure for a few people, rather than a stunning game to reflect back and admit you actually had in the first place. Okay, so I think we will leave it there. You've pretty much seen as much as I want to show you. I guess that was World Soccer on the Commodore Amiga, published by Zeppelin Games in 1990. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
The Joker has blown up my house. Boom.